Make it happen.
Get it going. There's no time, no point in wasting time because it's always now, and we don't even have time to waste. I am honored to have you here today, Mr. Ak Kastro.
The pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you for having me.
Man, dude, I've actually, I've been waiting for this for a long time because, I feel like, we've been working together for at least 5-6 years, probably
the better half of my life.
And, we haven't really ever chopped it up one-on-one together. And I know.
Right.
This is a little bit of a different atmosphere than just vibing.
Hey.
I've ran into a couple festivals and shit like that in the whole nines. And,
oh my goodness.
And you're the musical genius behind Vibe and a bunch of other fucking projects we've done.
I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm honored to have been a part of those. You know what I mean?
Vice versa, man. From the 24/7 video shoot.
Oh my gosh, man. That's some secret vault type of stuff. Oh yeah, right, dude.
A lot of people don't know. I think I just have the behind the scenes up on my fucking channel actually.
Oh my god, I didn't even know there was a behind the scenes. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
I ended up when I started working with Ryan and all them. I asked them for all the GoPro footage and shit from the party. Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's a lot of that on my channel. If you ever fucking.
That was from 2016, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was when I first got blessed to meet the young goat, the Ak Kastro, dude.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember the bong story or the bong calamity?
Holy shit! I forgot about the.
So I was 15 at the time. All right, 15 years old, and so my mom was a little bit strict as mothers are when you're 15, and it was a house party music video. So they're conflicting issues. 15 years old, house party, and so I let my mom know what we were gonna do, but she wasn't. She saw the video. I showed her the final, what it was, the final of it the night before it was supposed to come out, and the first frame you see is just a big fat bong.
Love that
and
bong.
she oh my gosh, she got so upset. And I was like, Mom, I mean, what do you want me to do? And I ended up paying Triple R $100 the night before that video came out. To blur the bong. They stayed up all night. They were so pissed.
I was pissed. I threw a fit because I'm like, why are we? Because I loved how the shot looked with the light going through the bong.
Right.
Looked so fucking sweet. And I was like, this is some nerd shit.
Oh, it
Fuck
really
that.
fucked
I remember
it up.
throwing a little fit, but then I remember seeing the blur, and I was like, oh, that's kind of sexy too. Like the blur created almost like a, ooh, what's there? Like it was because it's not supposed to be there. So I remember after really taking it in, I'm like, oh, dude, that was such an amazing project and a fun thing to do. And then,
man, yeah, that was an interesting time. I rock with it.
The domino of art that came from all that is just crazy, and it's awesome to see where you've come from. Just I remember AK on the horse. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I've done a lot of more or less cringy videos in my life, and that was another great.
I love that video. I love that video.
Oh my gosh, we put a chain on a horse and all this stuff. Oh my gosh.
So I got a question that I've been jonesing to ask you.
Okay.
Because you got this sound you're working with right now. That what do you call that? What I don't like to I hate we always don't assume my genre.
Yeah.
What do we even call this? I always call it hyperflow.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. I don't know what else to describe it as.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've never really tried to you've got,
to define it.
You've got hyper pop, but that kind of doesn't sit well in my brain, and experimental electronic would be what my mom would call it, type of situation.
Why don't you like hyper pop? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I feel like the term hyperpop was created to not box, for people who didn't want to be in that box of I do this or you do this, and then hyperpop ended up becoming its own box from people.
I get what you're saying, because it's a very experimental sound, to say the least.
Right.
Everything you're doing, I watched that one video of you making it and all the fucking the compressions and all the effects you put on it. So I feel like obviously your goal, I'm assuming, this is just me assuming, I watched you make a bunch of different style of music, from the new wavy auto-tune sound that you kind of mastered locally, dude. I know a lot of these people have been tight. I've watched recording engineers just seethe and envy of what AK Kastro does with fucking his Melodyne.
I appreciate
and shit.
that, man.
But fucking you know, when you probably started making this, you're like, oh, I want to make something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I know that brings me back to the don't assume my genre. We're not trying to get boxed in, but yeah, once it starts getting popular, and it's crazy. I hear you do shit before I hear other people do shit. Like, you know who Skrillex is?
That. Yeah, of course.
Have you heard Skrillex's new song?
Oh, legendary.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
I like yours more, dude, but I don't know if I'm
hit
biased.
Us in the jungle. That's
But
that one's crazy. No, but it was interesting because hyperpop is the subgenre or whatever you want to call it. It's a couple years old now, and it started as, you know, the blanket term for people who make, you know, music that's probably not as big budget, but we still want to blow it out and still want to, you know, Photoshop the sound of it, you know, like with auto-tune and with glitches and stuff like that. But then it ended up becoming its, you know, its own type of thing. And it feels like its own sound now that it's like, well, you know, now if I try to do something else, well, you're a hyperpop artist. You should be making hyperpop. Well, what, you know, we've got a definition for it now. It feels less organic, you know, once you put that kind of that phrasing to it.
That's a fun way to look at it. I know I remember talking to you back in the day about like, you know, it's one of the reasons I like, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Like certain parts of making music when it becomes too easy.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I feel like mentally I block out learning shit just because I'm like, I still want to learn it before. I don't want to know it because once you know it, it doesn't. It's kind of just like do.
Right, of course. Oh my gosh, I used to push myself to make the most quantity in a day, you know, of the beats, you know, because I'd watch interviews and I live on the internet. I hear people, you know,
I made 15 songs today. Shit
right,
like that.
right.
Yeah.
So I sat down and this is what led to me turning to something more experimental because it was during the pandemic. I mean, everything shut down. It was like, all right, go time music wise. And I was like, boom, it's time to make 10 songs a day, 20 beats a day. I was making trap music and I made Broken Promises, No Mistakes, those albums that came out in 2020 and, you know, beautiful albums. They're still up. I love them. But at the conclusion, at the end of it, once I made a whole other album that summer too, and it didn't end up coming out because by the time I was done with it, I couldn't bring myself to come back and to listen to it and to bring fresh thoughts into it. You know, I had all these rough drafts and I'm like, I can't turn these into finals anymore. It's not doing it for me. The passion started to
I hate
fade.
that feeling because there's a lot of joints I work on where I'm like, man, this is good, but it's not there. And then by the time I'm ready to bring it there, I'm not even that same person anymore.
Right.
Like,
right, when you worry about if you're going to confuse people, when you come, you know, if you want to come in a whole other direction, you know, am I leaving behind the people who really liked what I was doing before, you know, and it was a tough, you know,
the real
transition.
The real fans are always there. They see the art, they see the growth, they know what, dude.
And I'm so grateful for that. You know, that's the.
I don't think a lot of people really actually. I mean, I bet you a lot of people know. I don't know if my listeners know, like that you are literally one of the driving forces to some of the highest quality music that Upstate has. And from my perspective, dude, like I
really appreciate that, bro. That holds a lot of weight, you know.
The Tommy Beans, the E Hoffs, like they all, you know, the Vinnie Freemans, fucking all of us, fucking. And I know the list goes on countlessly, and I know the people who want to work with you that, you know.
Yeah,
too.
no, hey, man, you know, and that's I just, you know, I'm a fan of music at the core, you know, always. That's why I make music. I make it, you know, for myself to listen to. And so at the end of the day, when you find people that share that kind of drive and that passion, it sounds corny, but, you know, the best things always do. It's like, you know, you just wanna hold that kind of that energy close to you because I feed off of it too. You know what I'm saying? 100%. That type of excitement, that type of, you know, that I get from hearing other people's stuff and really great music. And it's, you know, we're blessed to have people around us that also make just as good of music.
Yeah,
you know,
the talent here is amazing. I have this feeling. So like I had this theory I thought of the other day because like I watched these like you got like, you know. Like, you know what city's really popping off right now in my mind? Ohio.
Yeah.
Think about just the Ohio superstars there are right now. We got LeBron. You got fucking Trippie Redd,
You're
Machine Gun Kelly.
Cleveland
just
area,
Ohio
Cincinnati.
in general.
Right,
yeah,
right.
The Ohio area. And like I just have a feeling like I'm watching the spotlight go like, all right, like Florida blew up.
Right.
Atlanta blew up. now we're up in Ohio, dude, and I just have a feeling like the light's coming to fucking upstate sooner than we think, dude.
Right. Hey, man, you know, when you have so many people that all have really good ideas and the drive to do it, you know what I mean? It's not. I've seen a lot of high quality content. You know,
amazing, dude.
I'll shout out people, Zach G. You know what I'm saying? I'll shout out Furco. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
Vinny motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? The OG.
Fucking Ace Skrilla, dude. I watched that man dump out so much shit, dude. There's a lot of amazing, you know, Cage Green, Ivan the Great. I love these guys.
Right.
Fucking, where was my point though? My bad. I got distracted. I got off. Where were
Lost
we?
in the shout out.
Yeah, fucking shout out everybody though. I'm trying to get 90% of those people on this show.
Oh, the moving over from places like Ohio, the spotlight.
Yeah, I feel the spotlight coming. What's great about that is, you know, and I got this joke that I've seen the future, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just because I eat way too many hallucinogens. But fucking, I feel like what's great is we all are dying to pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of us have hit that pop that we're really looking for in Syracuse that I know of. You know, we got Scory. Scory's doing very well, but
Right.
I feel like once the light makes its way to upstate, we're all gonna be fucking ready. And that's what I'm excited for. You know what I'm saying? Like when we really get hit and like everybody's gonna be like, whoa, who are all these cats and how do they have 4, 5, 6, 10 albums of just like high quality material, great videos? We have, dude, the videographers we have in this town alone that are great.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Anastasia Walkup, the legend, does all my music videos.
They've been fun too. Those are fun shit.
I appreciate that, man.
I still work with Ryan on occasions.
Oh, Ryan Streeter, legend. Studio.
AGMT, he does his things and shit. Fucking Otto.
Oh my gosh, Otto the director's another legend.
He's on my list of people I want to work with. I want a project for him. So I was gonna get him to do the game project, but then I couldn't get the game to feature in the video. I actually had an animated video for that.
Oh my God.
I got about 30% of it done, and then the animator just.
Was that the same animator as the Vibe?
No, this was like 3D, like.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
Full.
I ended up getting jobbed for like $2,000 because we didn't end up walking away with the final project.
Man.
And it was fucked up because I didn't want to release it because I kept looking at the animation. I'm like, dude, this is kind of cheesy. And then he dropped that shit with Kanye that was even fucking cheesier 3D animation.
I remember that. And that was around the exact same time.
Yeah, it was around the same time. But what projects you got coming up? What do we got? You got anything?
Ak Kastro's Magical Castle. I got that's done. That's the new album. Absolutely most ridiculous music yet.
Does it got a date or
not yet? Before the winter is over.
That's
before it gets warm.
Okay, heat them up a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I got it. We're at publishing. It's been published.
Okay.
and all of that. I'm just
finding when to drop the bomb.
Making it happen.
We got some videos plotted for that one.
Yeah, so we did the How'd It Feel video is out right now for that's the main single or whatever off of that, and we did the video out in Brooklyn for that. It was actually pretty fun. We went out for, it was gonna be originally just me and Anna. And my buddy ended up, shout out to Ehoff, he was, I wanted him to come along just for extra hands and whatnot. And he ended up coming out. We did the video in 2 hours. We rented we rented big photo studios for it. And, you know.
Would you like Peer Space it?
Yeah, and built the sets and stuff. And they had it all pre-built. The first one was, the second one was more of a prop room. But because of lack of time constraints, we did both of the videos in the same day. And 2 hours each video. We came in. They had lighting was already set up, but we boogied from the second that we didn't use a single second not doing the videos. But we got one done for How'd It Feel, and then we got another one done that I'm gonna
be releasing soon.
Yeah,
sweet,
super exciting.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Peer Space, super fucking dope place for
it's a cheat code.
Artists who need a set. You know, unfortunately, we don't have good ones up here in Syracuse, and I've thought about maybe designing one. They made that like little photo thing that they have at the mall. That's kind of that.
I tried to rent them out actually for the How'd It Feel video.
I tried to once too, but I feel like at the point right now, all their sets are kind of oversaturated because everybody's seen it and it's like played out a little. And if you're creative, that's all that really matters.
Very true.
I mean, you know, we shot a fucking video at that mall.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Trig.
Shout out Trig. Free Trig.
Oh my goodness.
I think that statement makes sense. Yeah, free Trig.
Free Trig. No, but that's I fuck with it. I forgot where.
Yeah,
where
Peer
my
Space.
train-
That's what I was shouting out.
Oh,
Peer
yeah.
Space for artists. Unfortunately, they're only in like New York City and California. But if you're in here in upstate New York and you really care about your craft, take a fucking 4-hour drive. Take a train. I'd actually recommend taking a train over driving because driving through New York City fucking sucks.
Yeah, we did a bus.
Bus, if you want, bus saves money. That's good. I did.
My gosh.
I did the bus there too once. I did the train. I went to New York City to a no jumper thing with Jeremy Romance.
Okay, I got you.
And we and him took the train down there, and that was
Beautiful.
my first time.
That's a beautiful ride.
It's fun, yeah. And I was only butthurt because I realized it would have cost. It would have been just as cheap to fucking fly there as it would the train.
Yeah.
But we took the train as an experience because I ended up going back the week after that too, just to goof around because I like New York City.
I did fly one time from Syracuse to New York City, and that was the most interesting flight.
Dude, it's like going through a drive-through.
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The lady was still. She made it like halfway down the
aisle?
the aisle with the drinks, and we were landing, and she had to move the cart back. I didn't even get a drink. I'm like, oh, I was just like, watch it fly away.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's crazy, but yeah.
So how long have you been making music for?
Oh my God. Actually making music, I would say actually taking it seriously since 2020, but if you want to go back, I mean, I have recorded stuff from 2007 on a
2020,
disc.
that sounds fucking too soon, dude.
Yeah.
What do
Well,
you mean?
my released music goes as far back as 2020 currently.
Okay.
Currently. I mean, there's a couple of gems out there from the older days, but
I know I got a couple fucking SoundCloud hitters.
oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, really, honestly, I started publishing music on Apple Music in like 2014.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Like
Because
that.
you've been releasing for years.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I'm terrible with that. A lot of my older stuff is gone a lot of times because I find it cringe or something like that.
You gotta stop. Dude.
I know,
we
I'm
love
terrible.
That shit.
I know.
We love that shit. The
There's
fans
been a
love
couple
that,
of actual issues with like beats and stuff, but
which is understandable.
But more often than not, it's just because it's aged poorly in my brain.
Dude, there's one I can't remember what it was. It was like a year flow. I can't remember what year it was.
Oh,
2018
flow.
2018 flow, dude. That shit slap. There's a couple I fucking love of your songs, dude. That I don't think I can find anymore. That like loved.
I'm thinking of I was
one of them.
I had an idea to do like a vault on the website, like akkastro.com/vault, where you could just
You should
MP3
make
download
people pay,
anything.
make people pay fucking $5, dude,
you know.
and they can have an access to it. Maybe you don't even make it downloadable. Just make it. You can go to the site.
go stream
that
it.
way, your site gets a bunch of fucking attention and constant thing, dude. I would gladly pay $5. The only place you can. I don't know how you would set it up. I'm sure you're smart enough. I watch you do these, and I want to talk about those too. Those little like the live shows you've been doing.
Yeah,
Those
the
are
live
fucking-
streams. Yeah,
Those are dope, dude. I like those. It looks like you guys are having fun. And
oh my gosh, that's so much. That's so much fun to do.
I can only imagine. Like I've only done one once. I can only imagine. Like it's got to be hard performing to give your whole energy.
Right. So, well, it's interesting. So I started doing the live streams because it was around pandemic time and stuff, and I had all this new music. I was doing the hyperpop stuff, and I wasn't sure if anybody was even gonna like it. So I was like, wow, I want to preview this stuff without putting it out. Let's do a live stream for it, and it was what we were doing was I wanted to I forgot where I was going with it. So the issue was that we couldn't have all of the, I wanted to make it a real performance, but also do it in a live stream thing from my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From my mom's house at the time. So it was, it was tough and it felt really confined every time. I mean, I would do them and I would be like, man, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, if this doesn't look ridiculous, I don't know what does. And then, so I did 4 or 5 of them. Fast forward, I did my first show in a long time last summer in Liverpool. It was a headliner and super fun time. I didn't realize until I went out onto that stage that doing all of those really uncomfortable, awkward live performances helped me 900% to go back out there, and it was like my best show
Good
ever.
practice, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea either. I was like, I was just doing them for myself.
I do a shitload of just like my at-home rehearsals before my sets,
Right.
dude. I'm jumping on the couch and shit.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I think is crazy is that I I can do with a jacket on because sometimes I'll do my rehearsals at home with what I'm wearing, so I can tell how much I'm going to sweat or not.
Yeah,
I can literally do 3 or 4 runs of my rehearsals with my jacket on at home, going as hard as I would. But as soon as I get on like the actual stage, dude, I can make it like 2 songs with a jacket on. I'm like fucking dying.
Yeah, it was funny. It was last summer, so I do the trench coat with the glasses all the time, and man, when you transport that live and do that outside live in the summer in the middle of July, man, that was. It gets to the point I can make it usually 2 songs in. Now as I've practiced, I can do the whole set. But last summer, I mean, I made it two songs in, and I'm like, man, I'm seeing stars. The jacket's coming way off. There's no image that's worth passing out on that stage.
I would love to see you perform the sound you've been working on live, dude, because that's what I love about it when I hear it, is I'm like, dude, this would translate in a crowd so well. Like, you can't hear that and not just be like, it's like,
yeah. Me and my buddy who does my guitar, Chris Savage, we've been working.
I've met Chris a few times.
Yeah, every Sunday we do practices. We've been working on the new album, like just getting it ready.
So you're gonna do like a live guitar aspect?
Yeah. Oh, it's been so exciting. I've been trying to do the most actual recreation of these songs live, like with effects and stuff, and yeah,
I've seen you trying to do that
with oh my gosh, I've got it so that it's almost a splitting image of the songs now. I went to Guitar Center and bought some stage PAs and just went up in my attic and set them up like a stage, and
that's what you've been working off of?
My poor neighbors.
I respect that so much. I respect that so fucking much. You know? Oh, here you go.
Oh yeah, no. Well, and the thing is too, another reason why I went out and just bought stage speakers is I've been to a couple of shows out in Rochester where the DJs will bring their speakers, and they'll have kind of reservations on turning it up. And I've had some issues where I've been like, hey, man, turn it up. And I'm like, and he's like, I don't want to hurt my speakers. And I was like, well, I'll go get my own speakers. So then we don't have to, we can crank it up as loud as the venue.
That's what I do with my like wireless mics and shit too. I like to have wireless mics.
Yeah, I got those too for it's night and day. I mean, there's nothing worse than stepping on a cord and pulling
or tripping over it, dude. I've done that so many fucking times.
Me and King Lo did the Palace Theater last year, and it was TBE Musab, Marcel, he was also performing with us. He's King Lo's hype man. Okay. And there were 2 cordless mics and 1 cord mic. Shout out to him. He drew the short straw. He had the cord mic. I was doing Closer on the stage, and I start backing up, and I'm walking on his cord, and there's a video of it. His mic is just he's trying to do vocals, and it's going, he was down towards the ground, and then I finally just walked away. I didn't even notice that I was stepping on his cord, but it made for a wild video. I felt so bad.
There's a video of me and Austin at Westcott Theater where we cross, and both of us yank each other's mics right out of each other's hands.
Oh my gosh.
Like, both of our mics go. We were like, that was literally the show where like, I'm never not having wireless. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, the venue will have wireless mics. This is a fucking... But then I realized why would they?
Right. It's hard to come by sometimes.
And then what I've realized too is like why I might want to get my own PA fucking speakers is like my mics are kind of newer. A lot of new equipment does not work well with just older equipment.
Interesting.
They just don't translate right, dude. I'll have we hook like the receiver will get all fucked up with older PA systems and shit like that. When I hook up with a new system, it's usually Gucci, but I don't know what it is with new and old technology where they just like are fucking boomers and they don't like that shit.
The thing that me and Savage have been the biggest on is like set up in like teardown times, like with like because we're trying
like a NASCAR team.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they had a pit crew type of stuff. We were because the thing is we've got the laptop that I'm running the auto tune through. His guitar's running through it. I mean, it's still less than an actual band.
That's what I think about with my shit too.
Right.
I have my projector and my lights. And
right.
I'm
always like, oh my goodness, I've got all this stuff, but then I'm like, well, at least we don't have to mic a drum kit or something like that.
Yeah.
At least I don't have a harpist. You know what I'm saying? It could be ridiculous.
Bro, you know who Boogie is?
Huh?
West Side Boogie?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the strip downs he does of his album with the harp?
No. Bro, oh my God, like orchestral?
Yeah, he does a live strip down on his album. He's just got a fucking Assure. He's sitting in front of his house in Compton, and a chick's got a fucking harp, dude. And it's nothing but acapella and harp.
That's insane. That's amazing. I'm gonna look that up as soon as I get home.
Shit, I know I had something I wanted to. Oh, dude, You should look into, you know who does the best live auto-tune I've ever seen?
Who's that?
Nav or Nav.
Oh, my favorite artist.
Dude,
it's my absolute
I don't
favorite.
know if he has any like tips or tricks or any videos out like that, or if you can even like try to reach out to him, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's been back in my genre a lot, but I saw him at Rolling Loud, and out of all the people I've ever seen try,
right.
I don't know, it's because like obviously you know this about auto-tune, that it's not just you just throw the effect on there. It obviously has to be within the key of the song.
I've got a new way.
Oh, you got a new way?
I've got a new way.
I mean, you've always fucking figured it out your own way. But what I'm saying mostly though is that the point of autotune is you're designing it to put it in the key of the song, of the beat. It's not, you can't, you know, if you have your autotune set to like an F and the fucking song's not an F, it's gonna have that weird just
right. You see, yeah.
It'll sound cool. It sounds cool, but that's not what autotune's supposed to do.
Right, and
know?
it won't put you on note with what the notes are actually supposed to be.
To where I think, you know, whatever Nav's doing, he has somebody switching it each song. To where I've seen other artists just, it seems like they have one effect through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that
we've I discovered something new. I'm gonna gatekeep it for a little bit, but I'll tell you what I'll tell you what it is. So you run the auto tune through MIDI. So everything, all the pitches. I have a lot of songs where it's really glitchy. I mean, it's, you know, stuff that you can't do. You can't sing it live. So we run the notes through. We run the auto tune through MIDI. So the notes are pre-programmed, and it's actually playing out a melody as I'm singing through it. And so it's kind of automatic type of situation.
You know the fucking thing where you like that Peter Frampton used?
Yeah.
So you're borderline like digital talk boxing it.
Yeah, literally.
That's fucking. Dude, that's why I love the way you look at music.
Well, I was getting to a point, and I went to
you just gave it up.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? I'm gonna keep it for 0.2 seconds. Yeah. No, but I went to a 100 Gex show, and they had awesome hyperpop artists. The Kings and Queens. They went. They did something similar to it, and I heard it live. You know, it was just crazy arpeggio. Sounded like something Daft Punk would do back in the day.
And you could tell they're doing it live on the spot,
right?
Too.
And I was perplexed. I went home and I was like, "We're gonna figure this out." And sure enough, route it through MIDI, and it was beautiful. It was like, you know, we've got it set up so I, you know, bring the keyboard out, and you could play it as you're singing through it, and just like do some crazy things on the piano.
Have you ever seen you know Oliver Tree is, right?
Oh,
have you seen
another favorite
T-Pain's show and shit like that?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Anna's smiling. Yeah, I woke up. There was a few mornings where I put that on when I woke up. I would, you know.
It just made me think of like when you were just saying that, because like there's I've seen the snippet. I haven't watched the episode, but Oliver Tree's like, what is the exact auto-tune effect? Because have you ever heard about people in the studio with T-Pain? He'll make everybody leave.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He makes them leave.
He's like, he does it himself too, going up there.
So you guys got to leave.
I mean, shout out to Oliver Tree. That's what the people needed to know.
and that's such a funny, like, dude, that dude.
Oh my gosh.
He's a fucking legend.
Yeah. I'm sure if T-Pain had a nickel for every time a fan came up to him and they were like, T-Pain, what's the effect, man? What's the settings, bro? What's the...
I've heard, and I don't know if this is true or not. So when I first started recording on Mixcraft, okay, the first thing, and like I used to try to edit myself. I fucking hated it. But
yeah.
The closest thing I ever found going through like compressions and all that shit for an auto-tune like sound was the T-Pain. Do you know what I'm talking about? T-P-A-N-E.
Oh, that like a off-brand type of auto-tune plugin.
Was that what is it supposed to be? Because in my mind, I thought, like, all right, I'm looking at, you know, like compressions and shit like that, and just the basic effects or whatnot, some delays, and then like the T-Pain thing was in there. And in my mind, I'm like, is that what inspired T-Pain's name?
I'm not sure, honestly. No, I doubt it.
This is a theory, you know what I'm saying? Because like it was just so weird. I'm like, oh, this is the closest thing to auto-tune I've ever heard.
And it came out sounding like auto-tune?
Yeah, when I would use the T, you've obviously seen that, right? T-P-A-N-E or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I think I had, because Tommy used to use Mixcraft back in the day, and I messed around with it a couple times. I have seen that preset before. I didn't know what it did, but one can only imagine.
Yeah, in my mind, like this is like, I make weird connections. So I was like, when I'm doing it, I'm like, yo, is that what T-Pain did? And then just change the P-A-N-E to like P-A-I-N.
Could
like
very
T-Pain.
well be.
That's the question I'm gonna have to ask him. I used to joke that I want to make $1 million off of Mixcraft. But.
Oh my gosh, I'll tell you, man. T-Pain, legend. I started making music because of autotune. I'll put that right out there. I was obsessed with it when I was younger, and they had the I Am T-Pain app. Yeah. It was like you just download it on your phone, And I was like 10, so
I bought my little sister the microphone that you could use to get at. They had like the T-Pain. Like,
yeah, it came out the bottom.
Yeah.
And so auto-tune itself was like a $400 program. And so, 10 years old, I don't have that. And so I got the app. It was free. And I plugged it into my TV so it came out nice and loud. And then I got a Rock Band mic from my computer coming out of Audacity I just put the Rock Band microphone right up to the TV, and then I sang through my phone. I had like a giant, like it looked like a laser, like it was, you couldn't walk through that room.
You should have, I just love the trial and error and all that to like build.
Oh my gosh, I still have that disc in my house. I have like an old CD that I burned of that old music.
Oh my God,
the songs were terrible.
I'm proud of you for having that. I always, that's a question I usually ask people, but I know this isn't a thing for you. Like, what was the first song you ever released?
Right. Yeah. Oh, the first song I ever released.
And obviously, I'm assuming it's not available.
Yeah. No. I think it was "I Got You" featuring Isaiah Moon.
Okay, dude, shout out. That's a fucking deep cut.
Oh
dude.
Man, yeah. Shout out to.
Do you still talk to him?
Not as much as I should.
Yeah.
I reach out to him every now and again.
Fucking talented artist, man.
Oh my gosh, another legend. Oh my goodness.
I'm honored to have a video with him. The best way I can describe. Back in my open mic days, there's a Cypher video of me.
I did see that one recently. I was watching through the podcast, doing a little studying up, and that came up, and I remembered seeing it from the old day. I mean, that was the old Funkin' Waffles.
Yeah, I think that was fucking. I think Ryan shot that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, that's fucking Ryan shot that.
That's crazy. Do you know what that Funkin' Waffles is now?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. I was just curious.
Hit me with the fucking fact. No, that's a good question. That's a really good question.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck, man. That place was. I loved that place. I loved that.
First place I ever performed.
Same here. Well, no. Nick Stock was. That was the first place that made me perform. Like that. I was like, I want to go do this. I'm bringing my whole squad there.
You performed Nick Stock?
Yeah, I did Nick Stock.
My
that
gosh.
was my first big show.
How was it?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
Tommy brought me out to a Nick Stock show one time.
Did he really?
I skipped work for it, and it was crazy for me because he told me it was a festival. We've got a headliner. People camp out for this stuff.
Fucking
and
cringe.
So oh my gosh, we came out and there was 3 or 4 rednecks there. Just, we went on at like noon, so everybody's still sleeping. I mean, there's just a couple guys drinking beer, and we went out, and I was really ambitious at the time, and I don't know why, but I decided I'm going all instrumentals too. So we're doing no backing track.
Well, I didn't know either.
Right. I was like, I'm professional.
For
I
these
got
people.
this. Yeah, I was like, I got this, and I went out. Missed a bunch of words, and I remember visibly seeing the 4 people that were there walk away. And honestly, I was like, that's for the better. Honestly, we did our set and left.
We were blessed. I did like really good, I guess, PRing for my Nick Stock performance because that was my first. I still have the CD with the beats on it, actually. Though.
Really?
Yeah, that we gave the fucking dude, and he's like, "What the fuck do you want me to do this?" I'm like, "These are my beats." And he's like,
you got a disc. Like, you got something. You put this in.
Figure this out, man. But I actually, so was it at the Owego Speedway when you did it still? That little like racetrack thing?
It was in Williamstown. That's all I remember.
Williamstown? Okay, it was in Owego when I did it.
Yeah, it might have been different.
Me and my buddy James Hazelmeyer, actually, it was his birthday last night. I went and turned up with him last night. There was a billboard there. We climbed the billboard before the set. And like, I got a picture of that. That was one of the scariest fucking things I've ever fucking
Oh my
done.
gosh. Was it like a real deal billboard?
Yeah, real billboard. Yeah,
oh my
fucking
gosh.
like Drake Views billboard. Like we were fucking... I wish I had a can of spray paint because I was gonna like tag it or some shit.
Yeah,
but it was I had to pull to get to the ladder to climb it. I had to pull my car up and stand on my car and get on the ladder and climb.
Oh my gosh!
The higher you got up, it felt like it went like this, and you're supposed to be harnessed into the. It was terrifying, and then getting down was a bitch. But anyways, then I went around with a 6-footer, and I just ripped 6-footers with everybody like an hour before my show. And I was like, "Yo, we're gonna go up. You guys gotta come." So we did have a respectable crowd.
You networked it.
Yeah, we ended up breaking the stage, jumping up and down on it. If I could put a hole right in the stage,
that's the way to do it.
But yeah, it was. I also too was way too ambitious. Went up there with a song that was half finished. We freestyled.
Yeah.
And I'm not the hottest freestyler, but it was a good time. I'll never forget it, but I'll never perform there again either.
Yeah, man. I really Tommy really sold me on that festival, and I had
my homie Lil Nick Fuco was supposed to like take over it, and that was like when I did it. That's what was like I was pitched to it. He's like, "Yo, we're about to take this shit over, and it's gonna be like the new wave."
Yeah.
Because I know my boy Nick had like vision for what it could be.
Yeah,
because it was like what you said, it's just a bunch of because that was originally like a metal fucking thing.
Well, and that's I didn't realize it at the time. You know, any concert you can make it a great show.
We get told we're fucking performing, and it's like you'll see Triple Red on a fucking rock lineup. You know what I'm saying? On the same lineup with Metallica and shit. And if you can't transcend, you ain't in this fucking game for a reason. You know?
Right.
I took second place in Battle of the Bands, dude. I don't even have a fucking band, dude. I was up there with CJ and my boy in a fucking inflatable dinosaur suit.
That's amazing. I remember that. That was so amazing. Oh my god, the inflatable dinosaur was amazing.
Yeah. That was my shout out my aux DJ fucking Rainwater. He actually has Fuck Vinny tattooed in the little dinosaur.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, you were the single-handed person that got me onto the whole idea of, you know, because this is another thing that a lot of people, you're not going to think of it if you're thinking of making music. You got a million things to think about. Stage design, you know what I mean? Or how you're going to fill the stage. Just having that dinosaur come out, and like you said, you have a projector too. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Those things, I was like, man, I'm like, you know.
So what's dope about doing that too, so I bring the projector everywhere I go. A lot of the times now that I'm doing bigger shows, there's the LED screens now.
Yeah.
So I go up, I find who's doing the LED screens. I'm like, yo, $30, $20 when I perform, will you fucking throw my visuals
You've
up
got
on
your
these?
like MP4 video file.
Yeah, just right on the fucking thing. So that way, like now that
That's
I've
beautiful.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And I feel bad because there's some local acts who've had to perform after me. And while they're performing, my visual's still up on their shit.
Oh no! Oh man!
But, hey, dude, that's because I know it's a show. I'm not
right.
I'm not even the best. I'm not the best rapper in the world. I'm not the best live performer in the world. But I can put on a fucking
give you a
show.
great experience.
Yeah, and I've learned that from watching like artists I love. Like I go to EDM shows all the time, and like that's not. There's no real performance. You could go up there and just press a fucking button, and put on a good EDM show, because like some of the best ones I've saw, I know there's no way there's a lot of live mixing and mastering and producing going on because of the theatrics behind it.
There's, I mean, you've got lights, you've got the LEDs, you've got the, you know, the fire, the pyrotechnics a lot of times.
That all just go with that. And I'm like, all right, how do I transcend this with me and actually still perform and still do my shit? And dude, do you know what I see what's still on my phone, dude? I actually play this often, dude.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I can't believe I even fucking... Where is it? Hold on 2 seconds. Downloads, I think. Let me just type it in, it'll pop up. What do you know about Rapture, dude?
Oh my gosh! That's insane. I want to play the drop. Oh, I can't believe you have that.
Yeah,
that's insane. Oh my gosh, that was like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dude, you should also do a dubstep album.
There is a bit of dubstep on the new album.
Is there, dude?
Yeah, there's a couple drops.
I watch friends try to do it. I watch producers try to do it. They miss the crunch, dude. And that shit right there's got that crunch.
Oh my gosh. That was that came from the reason I started doing that. That was like my second time trying out dubstep. It was mostly I had just gotten Splice. It was like a Splice, like a sample library. You download a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I downloaded a bunch of, shout out to Virtual Riot. I downloaded so many presets, and I was like, I'm gonna make dubstep from now on. And the reception for those songs was actually so bad at the time. It was, you know, too soon. And well, you know, I mean, put that in contrast with stuff like 2018 Flow and stuff that was also coming out at that same time. I mean, you know, which you know, unless you're a fan of auto-tune trap and hardcore dubstep, which there is, you know what I'm saying, right, which there is, but you know, it's definitely, it was more niche of a thing to go that wild or do something like that back at that time, and I don't think that many people understood it.
I think you should dive back into it, dude. I've always thought about it, dude. Like I would fucking the dubstep scene sells hard. It pays so well.
I have 2 sets ready to go just in case anybody ever
just a dub?
Yeah, dubstep sets.
Then I should link you up with fucking After Dark, dude.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. No, I've.
Do you know After Dark?
You
fuck with After Dark?
Yeah. I've reached out. I've given them the press kit and stuff.
Okay. I'll the next time I get a chance to talk one of them,
put in a good word for them.
I'll definitely let them know too.
I appreciate that.
They were talking to me about getting me on. He's like, you fuck with dubstep, because I have one dubstep song that I perform, and I was like, fuck yeah,
I remember it. I live for it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It actually, dude, that song kind of breaks my heart, because like I've recorded that song to release it. Yeah. I actually had Genetics did a verse on it as well, and the recording didn't come out how we wanted to, and then Genetics just like, is weird on how he's releasing music now because of his new career and things like that.
I got you.
So yeah, that one's on hold.
It ended up.
I still perform it here and there. What I do with that song too, it's actually didn't you make the beat to Paint too? No, Mike made that beat. I thought you made that one. I do a verse I do the 2 verses off Paint for the second verse of the dubstep song I do. Like the first verse is a new verse, and then the second verse I literally put both of the verses from Paint together on that, and that's how I live perform that because I've never performed Paint.
Really? No kidding. Yeah. Y'all got to come see Vinny Freeman live if y'all want to.
We got to see AK Kastro live.
God damn it, we got to do a show together.
We do. I would love that fucking lineup, dude.
Oh my god.
I got to get Tommy on here soon too.
For real. He told me he's been wanting to come out and do this show.
Yeah, he came to the last gig.
Yeah.
By the way, that pin right there is for you.
I appreciate you. I was looking at it. I'll throw it on my jacket.
So that is like, so if you look at this one, I like to give everybody the example. This is the pin I sell.
Okay.
And that's like the special guest pin.
Oh my gosh. So it's like a darker green.
Yeah. That was my first run, the one that you have right there. And I wanted to do a more vibrant, bigger one for like the people, but then I made that one a special one for guests and stuff.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I love the enamel, bro. It came out sick.
Yeah.
It's so detailed.
The teeth, I like the teeth, how the fucking teeth have the fucking grit. The only one thing we're struggling with getting is getting rid of like the white spacing. See the white spacing in between like the chain?
Oh,
we haven't been figured out what to do with that.
I see you.
First world problems, you know?
Oh my gosh, I've got these, we're doing full zip hoodies, like Bape hoodies. I was
about to ask you,
for the merch.
Where's the fucking AK Kastro merch, dude?
Oh my gosh. So it's been really limited drops as of right now.
Do you remember our collab?
Oh my gosh.
The sweaters we did, the fucking the drop ship sweaters that fucking.
Oh my gosh, that was like for a clothing line or something that I was trying to do. I forgot that wasn't Beneventi. I've done so many little like weird offshoot clothing or tried to. I'll get obsessed with something for a weekend, and I forgot what the brand was called.
I don't remember either, but
I think that was AV or something like that. AV. It was like I made the whole brand was because I found out that if I like crunched the font together and the A and the V went together, and I was like, that's cool as shit for a logo. We've got a whole brand done. I didn't even have an idea for it, but yeah, no, I've been so I've been trying to. It's my downfall too. I want to do like the most custom and coolest merch, and
I struggle with that too.
Oh my gosh, I'll end up always paying more than I end up selling them pre-order for, that I get quoted for. And so yeah, as of right now, I've been doing them, pre-order, keep the shop open for 24 hours. Whoever puts in the order, then close the shop, make the order, and then it comes in, and do it like that. Just to purely save money. However, I haven't saved money at all doing it like that.
I haven't even made the money back that I paid for the person who drew the rabbit.
Really? Hey, it happens. No, because that's the thing. I mean, you get quoted. I'll talk to the t-shirt shop or the hoodie lady who's doing it, and she'll be like, we can do them for so and so a piece, and then I'll be like, all right. I'll sell them for, I'm not really looking to make a profit. I'll just sell them for 5 over so I can, eat up
100%.
Eat up any cost. And every time, a week later, I'll be like, all right, I need 25 of them. All right, the quoted price was this, but what it's actually going to come out to is this. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
It's bullshit. I got a guy named Larry.
Shout out to Larry,
Shout out to Larry. I don't think that's his, I'm going to be 100%. I don't think fucking Larry's his real name. But I got a guy named Larry, dude.
That's how you know he's got the lowest prices.
I don't know. I don't want to say he has the lowest prices, but 1 Hour Tees in Cicero?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
That like plays like right on 31.
Is that Larry?
That's Larry, dude. That's Larry. Larry does all my shirt printings, and that's just because I'm super last minute with everything. And I'm like, I have a show in 3 days. I need a new line of merch. And my man printed me 160 shirts in 3 days.
Wow. Shout out Larry. He gets to work.
He gets to work. And he does direct to garment, which I like a lot.
That was my issue. I did Brewerton Specialties was who I went through for a long time. And just because they're out by my
we like to shop local.
Right. And it wasn't his fault. It was my fault that he quoted me so low. He quoted me at it was back in the day, prices have gone up. It was like he said, or whatever amount per shirt, and I ended up, sold the pre-orders, got it all ready. I was like, here you go. here's everything. Here's the design. That was my issue. Didn't show him the design.
You probably was like single-sided, and then you wanted to go double-sided and shit.
I double-sided, 25 different colors on the shirt. I didn't realize you pay for each color for screen printing.
You're screen printing?
Or at least that's how he does it. So he originally, I mean, I'll tell you, he quoted me $6 a shirt for one color per shirt.
For just like a fucking...
Right. That's what he was assuming I wanted was a white design. I send him this crazy all like vintage tour shirt, and it's got 25 colors, and he's like, man, this is, we're gonna have to.
And I'm assuming he doesn't have a direct-to-garment machine.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So that's the reason. All right. So like something like this is screen printed. Screen printing is good for like single colors. Like when I made my tour shirts, there's a picture of me and Nick Nova on the front of it. All right.
I got you.
That was printed with direct-to-garment.
Is that like heat press?
No, it's literally printed onto it with a printer.
No kidding.
The heat press will fucking peel. The direct-to-garment is printed on it like.
So it's high quality.
Yeah, no, it's
right. I got you.
It's literally printed to it. But then, like with the tour dates we did, that was all vinyl because it's cheaper to do vinyl to screen print it. But that's white and blue.
Got you.
Like
2 colors.
It's just the name, like the cities in white, and then the venues in blue.
Yeah. Then he definitely didn't have the direct to garment because I paid. That was the thing was.
So I pay $10 a side though.
No kidding.
So if I just get a single front, it's $10 a shirt. If I do
double,
he'd 20. Yeah.
That's fair.
And then usually we work out a deal with bulk. And then but I have shirts with sleeve designs too. That's $5 an arm.
No kidding. Have you ever looked into vinyls?
In what sense?
Like
vinyl print. Yeah. It's like fucking $50 a fucking vinyl. It's a novelty thing.
Oh my goodness.
That's the reason I haven't done it.
So I've
somebody said they were gonna give me a vinyl fuck Vinny, and I've never seen it. Fucking
really
speezy.
I've done vinyl. I sold colored vinyls recently. We did pre-orders for them. Oh my gosh, the nightmare that was. So I obsess over little things, right?
So you just spent hours, and I'm sure would you charge your fans $50 for them?
45.
Oh, so
I found a good price too.
Okay, shit, all right.
I still lost a little, but anyways, because so many releases are coming out right now. There was this Pierce the Veil album was coming out. So many people are pressing vinyls, and I'm seeing all these colors. I'm like, man,
I gotta sign J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar album.
Oh man, I'm sure it looks sick. Right. I love the colored disc. They do like tie-dye now and stuff, and so I was like, I gotta get me some of these. Even though vinyls are in like the worst short supply right now, they're in high demand. And I found this company, shout out Cuts on Wax. They do full color vinyls. It's about $45 a piece. They go by euros because they're out in Greece, I think. But I was like, shit, man. If you Greece, wherever, I don't care if it's on the other side of the planet. If you could do the colored vinyls, and they'll come in. So, but we'll see.
So that's still kind of in the domino effect coming in?
Yeah, so we've already done orders. They're on the way right now. Okay. They're on the way.
That's sick though. Fucking my only beef with vinyl nowadays is that we don't record the vinyl like we used to record the vinyl. So like that sound that people want from vinyl isn't the same thing. We're going MP3 to vinyl.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking or whatever wave to vinyl.
Right.
It's not the same thing that when they used to actually record it to vinyl.
Yeah.
But what I do like about the idea of vinyl is like it's like how we take Polaroid pictures nowadays.
Yeah.
And the fact that a vinyl record will outlive us.
It's a physical representation of something that is otherwise completely digital.
I would make one and I would put fake dates on the cover.
Yeah.
So like in 50 years when they find it, they'll be like, damn, this man was fucking hitting auto-tune back in 1952. These beats slapped for
man.
They didn't know what they had when he dropped this.
And back to what you said about, vinyls are an old medium that we're pressing new sounds onto.
Yeah.
I was...
Which I didn't even think about that. Like, new sounds we're putting on them.
Yeah, I mean, you got to mix it a little differently for vinyl. And
Do you have that, like, fire crackle in it?
No,
you know what I'm talking about? Like the lo-fi?
Yeah, that comes from... That's actually like dust in the little crevices on the vinyl. That's what that pop and crackle comes from. It's like...
Really?
It's like the needle going over dust, and it just makes it pop.
Really?
I forgot where I heard that, but fucking... Yeah, no, because it's tough because my music loud as shit, and I mean if you look at the MP3, it goes from like halfway up to full slammed all the way up to the top. And you want to mix that for a vinyl. I don't want you'll have chips flying up from the machine. The needle's
gonna. Because in my mind, how I'm thinking vinyl's press is the wave goes onto the vinyl.
Right, and the louder the sound wave, the more the groove, the deeper the grooves.
That would probably look sick too. How it would print.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's the thing is, it was a battle trying to master it for vinyl because I'm like, it's a toss up between how loud do we make it? Because I'm trying to accurately represent these songs as you're going to hear it on streaming. I'm like, how loud do we make it versus how dialed back for actual vinyl? Because I mean, if I were to mix it,
you're just gonna blow everybody's vinyl speakers and shit, like the little
the second the bass comes in, the needle just skips all the way to the inside, and your whole vinyl thing is useless.
Shit just whizzes off the fucking.
I mean, that's the most AK vinyl for you to ever get.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what you signed up for. No, but it should be fine. I found a happy medium between quiet enough for the vinyl player and still loud enough that it's
gets the effect that it's AK
it's still distorted as shit.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, it was tough because like you go from like in a lot of my songs, there's like no dynamics in the song, so it's really just quiet when it's not happening, and then just loud until the song ends, and then it goes straight from loud to dead quiet to welcome to next song. It's loud as shit again.
And I feel like a lot of vinyls were capturing 1, 2, 3 maybe sounds back in the day, guitar, a drum, a vocalist.
Right.
To where you got, I'm sure, a fucking gazillion. Oh. The best way to describe it, you got a bunch of sounds going on at once. Yeah. I'm excited to see how that turns out, man.
I appreciate that.
And then I will look into that place myself to get a little vinyls. Oh, dude, I actually want to ask you something if you're cool with that. Real simple. I had this idea. I want to make a hard copy of a project called just featuring Vinnie Freeman. That are just like all the songs I'm featured on. Can I throw weight on that?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Legendary.
I'm not obviously. It's not going to go on streaming. It's just like a hard copy thing. I want
that song, man. I fucked up the mix on that one. The bass is too loud on that goddamn song, in my opinion.
Still a fun one.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, there's worse ways to fuck up a final mix.
And the sneak big sexy ad libs in there.
I heard that shit, dude. Yeah. I mixed that song when you sent me over the vocals. I'm listening to it. I'm like, I've known Vinny for a long time. That ain't Vinny, y'all. I said, wait.
He was in the studio there. We got that because I know like Mac Miller and like Schoolboy Q and like all them all do that shit all the time.
And there's no better description of you and Big Sexy than that's you guys the Syracuse Mac and Schoolboy.
And now that I think about that too, like Wait is such a good just song title for my whole "It's Always Now" movement and things like that.
Right.
It's a time thing, but that shit hit too. That was an honor of a project. But I mean, man, we hit a lot of good topics today, and I think we're hitting a good point of just
for sure,
let's
man.
Close it up, maybe burn one or something. And
I appreciate you for having me,
dude. It's an honor, man. I'm looking forward to everything that is AK Kastro, and
you know what I'm saying. Magic Castle coming soon.
Magic Castle, when it's out, you'll get it. I'll share it.
Sheesh.
I'll put up a couple links and all your connections and stuff. Do you have a website and stuff? Yeah.
AKCastro.com.
Fuck yeah. I'll throw that AKCastro.com. I've had a feeling you had AKCastro.com. We don't do that fucking. We don't do that bullshit.
I told you I live on the internet, man. Yeah. I Google myself more than I should.
I'm with you on that too, dude. I want to. Shit, it helps the algorithm. Somebody's got to do it. I don't know if you.
Oh no.
My bad. Yeah, I thought you wanted.
I did, so I'm glad you did.